So, I'm learning Danish, but why am I learning Danish? Good day everyone, and welcome to a video. It's been quite a while since I've made a video, an actual video, not one of those video logs. I think since April? Wow. This is going to be a video about me discussing about why I'm learning Danish. Of all the languages in the world, why am I learning this? It's weird, don't you think? Well, I had not recently, but I think in March of 2018, March of this year, I found a video made by Evan Ettinger. I probably pronounced your last name wrong, I'm sorry. But I found this video where it said that he was using Duolingo to learn German. And I had used Duolingo in the past. I have used it to try and learn French, but I stopped automatically because I did not like the interface at that time. Still don't really like the interface, especially on the mobile app, but I can probably go into a deeper video on what I think of Duolingo as a resource. But I found the video and I was like, wow, he's learning a language from this free resource. I could probably go back to Duolingo to try and learn a different language. And I didn't want to choose the basic Spanish or French or German. And if you speak those languages and are of ethnicities that speak those languages, I'm not trying to offend you or anything, your language is amazing. It's just that I wanted to try something a little bit different I hadn't experienced beforehand. I like Spanish and I like French. I've learned Spanish for the past 2 years in a class, and I really enjoy the culture, and I've learned French my freshman year and a little bit of my sophomore year. And I love the culture of both Spanish and French, the language and their culture. But I had thought about either Dutch or Danish. And I really like Scandinavian countries. I don't know what my deal is with them. I just really like learning about the history, Vikings, and everything. So I decided to choose Danish. And Danish is actually pretty freaking cool. I really like the language, and I do know quite a few things off the top of my head. I'm currently not even close to being done. I'm like less than 20 to 25% done with the course, and I've been doing this since March. I'm being serious. It really does take a long time to learn this language, but the thing that I want to preface is to not just use Duolingo. Actually read texts in the language that you're trying to learn, like read texts, listen to people speaking your language, the language that you're learning, and not just rely on Duolingo or other translation softwares like Rosetta Stone or anything like that.
Rosetta Stone!
But I really like the language that I chose, and I do know quite a few words and quite a few phrases in in Danish. And speaking of those two, before I get into the phrases that I know so far, I'm actually learning Spanish and French again. I'm currently level 2 in them. I'm not focusing on them as much as I am Danish. Right now I'm level 14 in Danish. That shows you how much I'm very dedicated to learning this language. And I really wanted to learn Danish because I've always wanted to visit Denmark, Sweden. I've always wanted to visit those Scandinavian countries, and now that I'm learning Danish, in the future I can actually visit the country and speak in the language rather than have to rely on someone not relying on someone, but having to rely on what the word possibly means. So now I will get into the small segment of phrases that I know in Danish. let's get started. God morgen, jeg elsker deg. Farvel, hej hej. Jeg spiser rødt æble. Det sover når vi arbejder. Jeg snakker dansk og engelsk. And those are the phrases that I know. I am not, as I said, I am not amazing or an expert at Danish, and I probably even pronounced those wrong because, as you know, I am American. I speak English, so I'm better. I have a sort of American accent. Really, I don't have an accent. It just sometimes I don't pronounce the words right, especially if they're from a different language, and everyone's like that. But I am really enjoying learning Danish, and if you want to learn a language, I have linked Duolingo in the description below. I am not sponsored. I actually genuinely vouch for the program, for the website, but I'm going to warn you, if you download the mobile app, be prepared to be really disappointed because it is not a very good experience. I mean, it's not awful. I mean, I can now take Duolingo on the go whenever I need to learn the language and while I'm going somewhere or something, but it's not a very good system compared to the desktop interface. I'll talk more in another video about what I actually think of Duolingo and why I kind of dislike the mobile app. But I really like Duolingo for what it is, especially on desktop, and I'm sure you will enjoy it too if you're thinking about learning another language. There's languages, common languages like Spanish, French, German, Dutch, Danish, Swedish, and there's also 2 fictional languages. I forgot the first one, but I do know Klingon is one of them, and I think it's another one where you can communicate with dragons, which is amazing. The fact that they have those languages on there is awesome. They also have languages like Arabic, and a few other languages that I don't remember off the top of my head, but they have a lot of languages that you can learn. There are discussion boards, so you can talk to individuals who are fluent in that language and ask them questions about how their language works. And on mobile, there's a system called clubs in which you could join a club based on your language, and I'm actually in one of those right now. I'm not incredibly familiar with it, but it is a club, and if you are on mobile, you can join those as well. But that is it for me in this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. DFTBA, stay hydrated, and form Voltron.